Ladies and gentlemen, the standard of the previous speaker was in itself, and you heard it and people were shaking it, tautological. He told you that true democratic participation, it had to be actually being there. Obviously, for the internet, you can't actually be there. This debate is about more than that. What is true democratic representation and participation? We believe it's not just in having a say, and this is what they can say, right? But it's in having a meaningful say. And a meaningful say is something that has actual effects on society, and we're here to tell you that democratic participation on the internet is meaningful in that it has real effect all over the world, no matter where you are, because that is the nature of the internet. It enables you to get what your message is across the world. Now, the first and kind of sad example from the previous speaker is his argument on anonymity. But he already shoots himself in the foot. And he said, anonymity makes you weaker. Anonymity makes the idea worse. But then he says voting is considered a powerful representative of true democratic participation. When you vote, no one knows who you're voting for, ladies and gentlemen. You are anonymous as a voter. So, essentially he's saying you just need your physical person to work for it. But we believe online advocacies take effort. Like for example, when Ray William Johnson and every video advocates cancer, he's raised $250,000 for it. Or when Athene always streams online on his advocacies, always makes videos about, you know what, even if it's just games, it's raised $1 million for children in Africa. We believe, ladies and gentlemen, the internet is a powerful enabler of making people understand the issues that otherwise they would not have understood. So we believe on the first level, anonymity doesn't even always exist on the internet. But number two, even if it does, we believe that the idea that even an anonymous person is trying to say is strong enough to itself have what it is to be truly democratically representative. Why? Or participative. Because it allows us to get that idea beyond the individual space out there. And that idea is more important because other people can latch onto it and other people can use that as a focal point to get what their points across. So thank you. The second idea is the strength. Now this is a really good argument against it. Because I've already shown you how online advocacies, so thank you, have raised millions of dollars for particular advocacies all around the globe, and sometimes this is much stronger than the $5 rallies you have all over YouTube. Just kidding. No, thank you. So we believe when it comes to strength, it's not limited to how much you can earn, because it's obvious from many examples that you have a lot of strong advocacies from really passionate people online, and all they have to do is put their face in front of a camera and tell you their story. That's essentially going to be how I'm going to clash with them. I'm going to show you why the internet allows and enables people to create meaningful change, and that is why it can be considered a font of true democratic participation. We have campaigns like the It Gets Better campaign, the Letter to a 40-Year-Old Me campaign that tries to deal with gender struggles and identity struggles. We have the All Out campaign that fights homophobia in Africa. We have Post Seeker that fights the human struggle of life and death and suicide. And these are things that people can participate in the comforts of their home, but that does not demean the value, no thank you, of the message that they're trying to send. Because these are messages that have affected everyone over the globe, everyone who's had a secret, everyone who has thought about killing themselves, everyone who has thought and felt weak and stepped on and went to these websites and found new strength. Why does it empower us, no thank you, after the first argument? Because it allows us to create our own meaning. Why, ladies and gentlemen? On the first argument, the internet enables us because it allows us to feel and access information and people. But it's not just like that simple. No, thank you. Why? Because we believe that the greatest barriers to action is not necessarily other people. Most of the time, it's yourself. It's when you feel alone. It's when you feel distance from other people. It's when you feel that you're the only one with the idea, or you're the only one who feels that way. When you feel so alone, you are disabled from acting because you are scared to make that first step. That is where people on online advocacies come in. Because the internet allows us to access so many people and so many ideas, ladies and gentlemen. It allows us to identify the pulse of what I should be feeling and the problems that maybe I'm not the only one who's in this particular rut. It enables us to find others, which makes one person from billions 10, maybe 1,000, and eventually millions, ladies and gentlemen. Because of its allowing us to expand our circles and expand our knowledge of what is and what problems are, it allows us to act on these problems. Because normally we're inhibited by ourselves and the idea that we are alone. The internet stops that. But before I move on to the second argument, yes.
Yeah, we agree. Online advocacies led you to donate millions to African children. So that concedes that your true participation doesn't end with the online advocacy, but rather with the action that you took because of that advocacy.
Oh, please, that 100,000 or that 1 million went to his bank account, which he wired online to these people. The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, all of the activity, he never had to leave his computer screen. He just sat there and he fed people. He just sat there and he helped people. But even of the tangible, even the personal, even the thing that millions of people have to contend with themselves, I've told you how irreparable social advantages like social issues of gender and identity, of suicide, of personal issues that no one could otherwise find this place, have used the anonymity perhaps of the internet to enable themselves to act in an otherwise deadly scenario. But the second idea is this: because it works both ways. Not only are you allowed to access a wide variety of people, therefore your idea can reach millions. Now, millions of people can find their niche ideas. And because it allows for a multiplicity of accesses to thrusts and advocacies, it widens your access to your niche tailor-fitted advocacy, which empowers you and inspires you to fight for a particular thing. Sometimes people don't care because people don't know how to fight for what they wanted. For example, Philip DeFranco in San Francisco wanted to fight for PKD for his father. He didn't know how because he didn't know anyone else, because PKD is quite rare, ladies and gentlemen, who had that disease. But the moment he posted it on the internet, just a video of his father struggling with the disease, other people managed to find that specific niche problem, ladies and gentlemen, that otherwise would have stayed buried because it's such a rare condition. We believe that these people were inspired to fight for it because now they have the access, they have the capacity to access otherwise things that they would think that they were actually just alone in facing this particular problem. And because of that, they managed to raise $100,000 and they filed that to a scientific stop in Switzerland, and they managed to help find a cure. What's the point? The point is it allows for more people to access things that they would never have access otherwise. And we believe that because it improves access not only from the individual to the millions, but to the millions individual. And because it helps individuals with their secret struggles that would otherwise never be resolved. The internet is one of the greatest areas for access and enables people, ladies and gentlemen, to their advocacies that would otherwise just have stayed dreams. Thank you.